Hello everyone, the thing is not centered. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to be taking a look at a scenario where Civilization starts over. It's 7:17. I'm pretty sure it's the holiday, I think it is. But in the last video we saw a few things happen. We saw the collapse of Yemen. We saw the Central Asian Union form between these nations, and then they invaded these nations. And it was made by a certain nation that I won't name for now. We saw the unification of Taiwan and South China, and then a new pink nation rose up and just murdered everyone. Yeah. I don't think anything else happened. Also, I've done a lot more provinces. I don't remember if Ukraine was done last video, but now it is done. I've done a decent bit of Asia, including all of the Australian continent. I did a singular circle in the sort of Angolan colony. I've done one circle and 8 Nevadas in the French colony down here. And I've done a bunch of North America. I just haven't done the Danish colony. I'll do that later. Anyways, if you guys like this, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Blah blah blah. Let's just get on with this. We're going to be starting with something a bit surprising. And it's not going to be a war. Sort of. Well, it is kind of going to be a war. But it's not going to be a war between a nation and a nation. Instead, it's going to be a nation wanting independence. And that nation is going to be in North America. And you might be wondering, oh, Annie, there's no areas where they can gain independence. There's no independent nations. Exactly. They're going to be rebelling/revolting away from a certain colonial power. Just because I'm doing this on Algeria doesn't mean that's them. And the colonial power that it's going to be is going to be the Spanish Empire. On a nice summer's morning in I think I said it was I don't remember if I said it was the 16 or the 80s, late 18s. Let's say that right now it's 1797. We are going to be seeing a revolution happen in this city, and it eventually will incorporate the whole province. And the Spanish are like, oh, that's annoying, we can just quickly invade it. But no, neighboring towns and neighboring large settlements, they also want independence. And eventually, after a while, a lot of New England is eventually secured, eventually looking something like this. And now that's quite surprising considering Spain's I think in the top 5. They're the 7th strong, but still that's really strong. And you're falling over to a single province rebellion. Yeah. But after these guys have established themselves for about a couple weeks or something, they begin the true invasion. You might be wondering why we're using 3 colours. Let me say, this is the main area. I don't remember why I coloured this and it started up here, but this is the main area. This shade of blue, the neighbouring areas that I wanted to join, and this is the actual invading force. So we start to see the Spanish get pushed out of their colony, sort of. But they are going to lose the whole thing, as after a while, and after they reach these boundaries, looking something like this, the Spanish are going to be like, you know, okay, you can get your independence, but under a set amount of borders. And they agree. And the borders are going to be the ones right here, looking like this. And we now have our first independent colony, just wait, I feel like Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Our first real life and so independent nation. And I'm just gonna have to be yeah. Anyways, they're gonna be needing a capital. Luckily for me, they only have 1 city. So I can just steal their colonial powers, capital and drag it over here. So yeah, we now have our first independent nation in the Americas. Actually, I'm going to slightly adjust their color. Actually, I'm probably going to adjust it like a lot. I feel like that's good, but I feel like it's been used before. It's not been used. Okay, yeah, I can use this color. That's right, we now actually... Oh, that's quite similar to Arabia. There we go. But yeah, we now have our first independent nation in the Americas. Anyways, going away from that, we're going to be heading over to Asia, as a nation is going to be collapsing. And that nation is going to be the purple nation right here. And you might be wondering, well, can't they just, like, call on an alliance for help? Well, they are an alliance. So, yes, it's basically just them against themselves. You might be wondering, oh, well, why aren't the Central Asianists helping? They are a Central Asianist nation. Yeah, that's not really how ideologies work. They don't really care if someone of their same ideology is in civil war. Yeah, they say it's not very necessary to help. So yeah, these guys are just like completely just going to be facing themselves. As we're going to start to see a sort of like wine-colored rebellion pop up in the center of the nation, roughly. As well as another nation pop up in the south. After a while, the whole south is going to fall like quite quickly. There we go. And after a while, and after the like wine-colored team has gained these territories, the green team's gonna invade. Yeah, they haven't invaded the nation in a while. Yeah, 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 it's not very pretty. And after a while, even this orange nation up here, they're gonna start to invade. Like, that's how bad it is. A very weak nation is invading your nation. And after a while, the nation just full on collapses. And let's see what a peace treaty is gonna look like. Peace treaty. Yeah, it's a little complicated in my opinion. So let me say what's gonna happen. Green team, they're gonna be gaining this. Orange team, they're gonna be gaining this. I'll talk about this in a second. Wine-colored team, they are gonna be gaining this. And this colored team, I don't really know what color it is. They are gonna be gaining this. So yeah. Now regarding capitals, they are going to be put here and here. And now this area. You might notice that it has a whole green outline around it. That's because it's going to be an occupied territory. Looking something like this. Hold on. What one is this green one? Okay, found it. So this on the very left. Yeah, this is going to be occupied territory. Looking something like this. So yeah, we now have a slightly larger green China. We love slightly larger green China, don't we? Yeah. Anyways, going away from this, we're going to be needing to give the new nations ideologies. So, getting rid of this, let me show you what it's going to look like. Because I'm going to need to give these guys circles. So just 1 and 2, and I'm not forgetting about you, and 3. Also, I forgot to give these guys an ideology. Last year, they're an absolute monarchy. Anyways, also I should probably just get rid of that and just move that over here. There we go. What are these two going to be? I'm going to tell you. This pink nation is going to be an absolute monarchy. But this nation is going to be a bit different. They are going to be communist. That's right, communism has now literally just doubled. Yeah. I was going to say we love communism, but we don't really love communism, do we? Yeah. Yeah, I probably could have phrased it better. Anyways, going away from this, we're going to be heading on to the military alliance layer. Because a few nations are going to be picking sides. And by a few, I mean like basically nearly every other nation. Because like nearly every nation's picked a side, except like 10, maybe 15. Okay, first of all, nations joining the Eurasian Council. I looked on the wrong shape. The nations joining the Eurasian Council are going to be the following: Java. So Java, and Java, or Jakarta, I don't know. This pink nation, that purple nation, this purple nation, and this green nation. And finally, we are going to be seeing Finland and the Baltic Union join. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm going to be moving Finland square for a very specific reason. Because we're going to be seeing a deal between them and Denmark. And this deal is the purchasing of all of Norway. That's right, all of this is going to be given over to the Finnish. And yeah, that's a pretty big Finland. And because it is big Finland, I think actually no, I'm gonna slightly change it. They gain a majority, but not all of it, as they get to keep like these couple southern provinces. But yeah, I think Finland needs a new name, as they aren't just Finland anymore. They're the Nordic Union. Yeah, that's right. We now have a whole like union in this. And I'm gonna give them this like nice green color. So yeah, we now have the Nordic Union. Yeah. And yeah, big Nordic Union. Anyways, going away from this, we are going to be heading down to here. Why is that? The Grey Nation's collapsing. And if we go on this, you can see they're a member of the Old Order. As you can see, a majority of their a majority of their neighbours are also part of the OO. And because they've just collapsed, they're going to be invading. Because they don't really care. They see an opportunity for land, so they take the land. And very quickly, they move in. The green team, or like Persia, very quickly can take all of this. We see something surprising happen. We don't see a declaration of war happen. But areas just begin to join up with the Central Asian Union. Looking something like this. And now, technically, it wasn't an invasion, so they can't declare war on the Triangle Alliance can't declare war on the CAF. Which is quite surprising. As they just found a loophole, and eventually they encouraged these people to invade here, as they're technically still not invading, but these guys are. And in a peace treaty, it's going to look something like... Actually, I have an idea. Set the recolor brush size to 1, and yeah. I'm going to make it look something like this. With the Persians, with the ECAF gaining all of this, and this. And the Persians gaining this and this. And I'm gonna give them the whole line, because I'm feeling generous. Here we go. Big line. Also, did I say that there's a Nevada on this map? There's like 20 Nevadas all over the place. Anyways, yeah. The map looks a lot different now. Yeah. Let's get rid of this triangle. Anyways, I think I should do a little more considering that, it's still not completely, oh, I accidentally, like, yeah. Anyways, we're going to be seeing an Asian alliance get made. And this is going to be known as the Asian Union, and it's going to be created by the Central Asian Union. And if I just get the shape up, oh, there's already a circle. There isn't a diamond though. Anyways, the diamond, the diamond alliance is going to be formed by the following. But first of all, it's going to be named the following: the Asian Union. And the nations that are going to be joining the AU are going to obviously be the ECAF, the New South Chinese Union, this dark red nation, this pink nation, and finally, we're going to be seeing this like bluish purple nation join. Not like the biggest game changer, but like it's still quite important, sort of, because like a large, like, if I were to do like what every like alliance has as their reach, this is roughly what it'd be. The square team has this roughly as their reach, basically having like the whole Western Hemisphere. The Triangle Alliance would have something looking roughly like this, also having a bit of a hegemon over Australia. And the Diamond Alliance, it basically fully overlaps these, looking at something like, where are the other Diamond Alliance members? Looking something like this. So definitely the smallest like sphere of influence, sorry, by far, but like it's still kind of big. Like it does incorporate all of the members, I think. Probably. Anyways, yeah. I think I'm gonna make that the last thing because I am. It's the holiday and I do still really want to relax. So yeah, I'm gonna be going now. If you guys liked this, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna be saying at this point. I say this for every video, so I'm gonna go now because I'm tired. Goodbye.